Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Toast, where I give you all of the latest gaming news. And one of the big talking points heading into next generation is, will game prices increase? We have seen this with a few games so far, most notably NBA 2K21 being $70. Well, it looks like we have more proof that $70 may end up being the new standard price for next generation games. And this is a pretty big one, so stick with me and we will talk about that. Also, we have a very exciting Xbox game to talk about today, and how a fan-favorite franchise may be coming back in a major way for the Xbox Series X. So stay tuned for that as well. First though, as usual, we have plenty more to talk about, starting off with Wasteland 3. So Wasteland 3 will be releasing tomorrow for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and it's also a day one launch title for Xbox Game Pass. You have to remember that the developer inXile was acquired by Xbox, so this is an Xbox Game Studios game, but it is also a multi-platform game as it was being developed before they were acquired. However, Xbox did help fund this game, improving the quality according to the head of inXile, Brian Fargo, and it looks like it has paid off. In fact, the review scores are starting to roll out for Wasteland 3, and it's currently sitting at an 86 overall score on Metacritic. What this means is that Wasteland 3 may be one of the best RPGs of the entire year, so this really is great news. And it kind of plays into what I've been saying all along. inXile is a great RPG studio, and with Microsoft's budget, they may end up surprising a lot of people next generation. We do know that they are working on a big unannounced AAA game, and I think with Microsoft's funding, it may turn out to be a very special game. With Wasteland 3 reviewing so well though, we are already seeing what they're capable of, and the fact it's also an Xbox Game Pass Day 1 will already be a big boost for Wasteland 3. And once again, I'm just gonna say it, this may have actually been the best month for Xbox Game Pass so far. Wasteland 3, Flight Simulator, Battletoads, and Spiritfarer has all done great this month, and we will have Tell Me Why to look forward to as well. I know I praise Xbox Game Pass a lot, but there is a reason. It really is a great subscription service. Moving on though, we did get a surprise release date for The Last Campfire. Now, if you don't know what this game is, this is an incredible looking independent game by Hello Games. You have the same developers behind No Man's Sky, and truly the art style and premise of this game looks really interesting. You have this cute little creature roaming around, but with an almost dark story as you see its friends dead. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this game turns out. The thing is, we've known for a while that it was supposed to release sometime this summer, but surprise, it will come tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, this game is getting a shadow drop, which is kind of odd. I'm hoping the quality really shows in this game, because Gamescom is also happening this week, and there is a chance that this game could get buried in the news. Hopefully that's not the case, and if you've been looking forward to The Last Campfire, go check it out tomorrow on August 27th. It will be available on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC through the Epic Games Store, and also on Apple Arcade. So pretty much most of the mainstream platforms, so definitely go check out The Last Campfire. That was not the only surprising news today though, because out of nowhere, Nintendo dropped a new Nintendo Direct Mini. They didn't hype this Direct up at all with no heads up, and after watching it, I completely understand why. This Nintendo Direct Mini was focused on third-party partners, and really, there wasn't anything big here. They did show a few rhythm games including Fuser, Just Dance 2021, Taiko no Tatsujin, and Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Melody of Memory will be releasing on November 13th for you Kingdom Hearts fans out there. They also showed World of Tanks, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, Jump Force, and Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend. Yeah, this was not a great Direct, or at least it wasn't the Nintendo Direct that fans were wanting. See, that is the problem though. These mini Directs aren't bad per se, there was some fun looking games here, but because Nintendo has not shown a big Nintendo Direct in such a long time, fans are losing their patience with Nintendo. Fans really want to see some big games to look forward to. For the first time, we really don't know what Nintendo has on the horizon for the Switch. We know there is Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime 4, and Bayonetta 3, but none of those have release dates and are likely not going to be 2020 titles. Then you have some rumors out there talking about a 3D Mario collection, maybe a new 2D Metroid, and then a 4K Nintendo Switch. But none of this is confirmed by Nintendo themselves. So right now the big holiday title for the Switch is Pikmin 3 Remastered, and Nintendo fans want something else. So again, I think that these mini directs are fine, but it needs to be supplements to something bigger as well. I will ask you, do you like these small Nintendo directs or not? If so, why? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's talk about PlayStation for a moment, because this just went live before I started recording, but the PlayStation 5 pre-order invitation page went live. There still is no price, but this is not a pre-order per se, but rather you can register to get a notification by PlayStation to then pre-order a PlayStation 5, as well as some other PlayStation 5 devices, including cameras and controllers. With that said, I strongly suggest that you register for this if you want the PlayStation 5. What will happen is they will send you and a select few other users that are also registered an email, and then you will have a limited time to accept a PlayStation 5 pre-order. If you don't accept or you don't see your email, they will then go to the next person in line. This will be very limited, and you can only get one PlayStation 5 per PSN account. Now, I actually do like what they're doing here. This will keep scalpers from ordering a bunch of PlayStation 5s and then hoping they sell out so they can then sell them for twice the price this holiday. So I do like this idea by Sony a lot. Either way, if you want a PlayStation 5, go register now so you can get in line to pre-order the PlayStation 5. We also got the September PlayStation Plus lineup, which is actually really good. So in September, you will be able to pick up Street Fighter V, which is one of the best fighting games on the market, as well as PUBG, the game that started the whole Battle Royale craze. And really, PlayStation has mostly done a very good job with PlayStation Plus outside of a few select months. As an example, just this month they put out their most successful PlayStation Plus game ever, Fall Guys. So if you are a subscriber of PlayStation Plus, you have some more great games to look forward to in September. And kudos to PlayStation for putting out quality titles for their subscription service. With that said, let's talk about Xbox. Now, I do have a quick update before we talk about that big fan favorite franchise returning, but 343 Industries pretty much stomped on those Halo Infinite rumors. We did talk about this on Monday, as a verified Resetter insider was claiming that Halo Infinite may drop Xbox One support, and it may not even release until 2022. Yeah, that was the more concerning part of that rumor, because I know there are a lot of fans very excited for this game, including myself, but 343 Industries shut those rumors down, calling them fake, and that their plans have not changed regarding a release date or platforms. So there it is. Halo Infinite is still on schedule for 2021, and unless something changes, they are planning to release it for the Xbox One as well. There still is no definitive release date though, and I wouldn't be shocked if they ultimately do decide to ditch the Xbox One version, especially if it releases late in 2021. But as of this moment, according to 343 Industries themselves, there are no plans of that happening as of right now. Now let's talk about that fan favorite Xbox franchise returning. So this is coming from the increasingly well-known Jeff Grubb, a journalist and insider from VentureBeat. By this point, Jeff Grubb has really built up his name with very accurate leaks over the last 6 months. Pretty much everything that he has leaked has come true, so this is why people are taking him very serious. And this time he is claiming that Xbox's All-Star Studio, the initiative, is working on a third-person Perfect Dark game. Now this has been widely rumored for a long time, so this isn't a major surprise, but what's interesting here is that he later says confirmed is a loaded term, and it may not be exactly Perfect Dark, but it's playing in that universe. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that means. It'll probably at the very least have stealth gameplay mechanics, but are we going to play as Joanna Dark, or will we play as a completely different character? Maybe her daughter or son? Could that be possible? That's just a theory though, and I'm not sure what he means when he says it may not exactly be Perfect Dark. But Daniel Ahmad also responded to this claim that it was a third-person Perfect Dark, saying not quite. So that kind of goes in line with Jeff Grubb's second statement as well, saying it's in the same universe. So now I'm very intrigued as to what this means, and something that sits in the back of my mind is Shanghai Heist. So if you don't know what this game is, when Xbox first put together the studio The Coalition, they were originally Black Tusk Studios, and they were working on a game that looks like it was going to be a stealth-based game, Shanghai Heist. They eventually put this game on hold to work on Gears of War. There have also been rumors that the initiative has been working closely with the Coalition on a new game, so I wonder if they somehow revived Shanghai Heist and turned it into a Perfect Dark game. Now that's just me speculating, so don't look into that too much, but those rumors of a Perfect Dark reboot are looking more and more likely by the day. Still no confirmation, but if it's true, I will be absolutely thrilled because I think the original Perfect Dark is one of the greatest first-person shooters to ever be made, and it deserves to make a comeback. And honestly, it's basically going to be a new IP by this point, especially if it's a third-person game, which I think is a great decision. They can make a very story-driven game with not only stealth-based gameplay, but also other elements as well. Regardless, hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer to see this game. I'm thinking we may finally get to see this at the next Xbox event. Let's move on to our last topic though, and I know this one may not make everybody happy. Earlier this year, 2K Games announced NBA 2K21 on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 will be $70, and this sparked the discussion, will the price of games go up next generation? We have seen 2K Games respond, and they have emphasized that game development costs have gone up, and that is an issue for big AAA games. Ubisoft and Capcom have also hinted that they may increase price as well, and now Activision seems to be the latest publisher to do just that. In fact, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was officially unveiled today with plenty of new details, including pricing. So here it is, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version will cost $60 both digitally as well as physically. It will be backwards compatible, but if you want to upgrade the visuals to the Series X and the PlayStation 5 version, you will have to pay an extra $10. You will also have this option from day one and just buy the cross-generation version, which will be $70. This will also be the case if you buy the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X physical version, which again is $70. So in short, yes, Cold War will be $70. This is yet more proof that game prices will likely be going up next generation, or at least with big AAA games. I do understand that these games cost a lot of money to make, so this was probably inevitable and probably even justified. But I still think that if they are going to really do this, then they should also tone back on some of those microtransactions, because I think if they do push out $70 games that are also infested with microtransactions, gamers are really going to be upset. It'll be interesting though to see how well these games sell at a $70 price point, and Call of Duty being one of the most popular franchises will be the perfect test. What about you though? Are you okay with a price increase in games for next generation or not? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways though, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you would like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.